Yo, what is up guys, Royal here, and today we're gonna be watching the #1 Kassadin in the world. He's the rank 1 Kassadin in China, he's rank 1 in Legendary Queue, he's rank 133 in normal ranked, Challenger obviously, and we're gonna be watching his game. He's actually duo queue, he's trio queue this game, he's playing with the Yone jungle and the Nami support. So this guy's absolutely insane, he's probably the best solo queue mid laner in the world. He's, as I said, the rank 1 Kassadin. He plays a lot of assassins like Kassadin, Zed, Akali, but his Kassadin is absolutely insane. So he's going the fleet footwork build, which is what I recommend taking. I prefer it over electrocute. He's taking the ruby crystal, so he's going to be going for a fairly safe laning phase. He's playing against the Riven, right? So this is a very hard matchup for Kassadin. Kassadin is good versus like mostly AP champions, right? Oh, it could be Pyke mid actually. Yeah, he's gonna be playing versus Pyke mid. Okay, so a bit of an early action. The two supports are kind of roaming up there. Kassadin doesn't want these level 1 fights though. These level 1 fights are terrible. He can't really provide a lot. He just has all attacks. Okay, so Nami is gonna waste quite a bit of stuff here. That's how he plays this early laning phase. Okay, so the Janna is still here. She's kind of annoying him, but he hasn't missed any minions yet. Just wanna like make sure you're not missing minions with Kassadin, right? Yeah, he missed one melee there, that sucks. So for early trades, since he's playing versus a Pyke mid, it's actually like Pyke is not very strong early either, so she can go for these early trades. Kassadin actually does fairly well into melee champions, since it's very easy for him to like hit his Empire W, right? His second ability. Oof. I love this Kassadin skin too. I don't think we have that in the European server. I think this is Chinese skin exclusive. Yeah, so Pyke is trying to go for that stun to look for a solo kill. If he does get hit by that stun, he just dies. Like, the damage will definitely be enough. Just the auto attacks and first ability with electrocute proc do so much. So he's doing good to not miss a lot of last hits. Okay, he's going in again. He flashes away from the stun. And they trade flashes, but I think Yona will be able to clean up. Yep, there we go. If Pyke predicted that Kassadin flash, that would have been insane. So Pyke mid is a bit unusual, but this is like challenger Chinese server, right? Like, everyone here is really good at the game. And this Pyke is like, while he did die, he's playing this laning phase well. Like, he's getting the spoke down. And I feel like versus Kassadin, that would be one of Pyke mid's best matchups, honestly. Because Kassadin pushes very slow, so that allows Pyke to roam very easily. Obviously, Kassadin is kind of weak against most AD champions too. So his bot lane is struggling. Okay, back to farming. Kassadin is a late game champion, of course. You just want to make sure you get your level 13 as safely as possible. Yeah, now it's gonna be a lot easier to dodge the Pyke stuns. He doesn't need to waste his flash. He can just ult away if he's about to get hit. He needs to make sure he doesn't like ult aggressively if the jungler is nearby, because Pyke has incredible gank setup. There it is. He dodges the stun and goes for a trade. Perfectly played every single time. Dodges the stun, trades back. You could maybe look for a kill here. Janna's coming for a roam. Oh, she might be dead here actually. Yeah, very well played by the Pyke to use his ulti to gap close so he can slow him with the first ability, but he will go down to the Yona. Oh, this is looking like a bad fight for them. Oof. The Aatrox jungle is just cleaning up. Okay, so he finishes his Rod of Ages and he's building... He's gonna go for tier. If he can get his tier before the first objective spawns, that's really good. Like, usually you're sometimes able to, sometimes not able to, depending on how well early game went. But ideally you want to have Rod of Ages and tier before the first objective. Yeah, so he's gonna base engage tier and he already has Rod of Ages. So he's in a very good spot. This is what you want to be doing with Kassadin. Tier plus Rod of Ages before first objective. So he's actually going scaling runes too, right? So his early game is fairly weak. He's just looking to farm up. Let's see what they do for the first objective. They're actually very weak compared to the enemy team on the first objective. Like, they have Ezreal, who's like a scaling ADC. They have Kassadin. They have Yone, who's scaling. So they definitely don't win fights here. Even though they seem to be a bit ahead from the laning phase, they don't win fights. Okay, so he's going for the old flash, very aggressive. He unfortunately doesn't get the kill, then Nami gets it. He's gonna die for it. So I'm gonna say that was not worth it. And the Ezreal is gonna go down. Yone died the Riven before, and the enemy's gonna be able to secure both the objectives. So the enemies get both the Infernal Dragon and the Herald. I mean, this is kind of expected when you're playing so many weak early game champions like Aston and Ezreal, but you don't want it to be this bad, right? You can hear him complain. Okay, so back to farming. At this point, you want to be looking to transition into a side lane as Kassadin. So the enemy team is playing top side. He's gonna look for a bot side roam. Yeah, they've already lost the top lane turn. They keep pushing. Definitely not in a good spot. Okay, he's gonna start roaming top. So I guess he's level 9. He's actually like pretty strong now. Oof. The Pike finds the assassination. This Pike mid is surprisingly useful. Maybe I should make a video on this Pike mid next, honestly. But yeah, he's still scaling up. It's been quite a chaotic early game, and this is not what you want to see with Kassadin. You want a quiet early game if possible. There's been 24 kills already. Okay, now you can look to play a lot more aggressively on the Pike, especially when his ultimate is down. This Janna has done a very good job at roaming too. He still hasn't gone side lane. Like, he should be looking to swap with Ezreal and go bot lane. Okay, he's gonna get his second item now. This is very good. Now he's gonna scale very quickly. So Kassadin's big power spike. Right now he's on his first power spike, which isn't that big. Which is level 9 and 2 items. This just makes you like a champion. Like, before this you're very weak, now you're actually like, you can fight, right? But his big power spike is level 13 and 3 items. Okay, let's see if he can actually get... Oh! He gets the old flash on the Janna, very well played. And they might be able to get the Aatrox too. They do get him, and they might get the Pike as well now. Perfect. They're able to clean it up. So he can also get his level 13, get to his 3 item power spike, and take over the game, right? They're gonna drop mid tower for it. They're gonna get the bot one in exchange. Oh, Misfortune is way overextended. I don't know where she's going. That's a feels bad moment from the Misfortune too. I don't know if she like immediately realized her mistake and just went AFK, right? That's what boots he goes for. Yeah, probably armor boots, right? The enemies are like full AD. The only AP that they have is, I guess MF does some magic damage, but most of their magic damage is gonna come from Janna. So the armor boots are actually a really good buy here. I wouldn't even be surprised if he goes for like a late game Iceborne Gauntlet versus this team. Like, if he goes 4th or 5th item Iceborne Gauntlet, it would actually be fine. So he's keeping up his ultimate stacks because the fight is about to happen, obviously. Oof, Yone is in deep. Does he live? No, he's gonna go down to the turret shot. He did get the MF though, probably not worth. Yeah, this is not looking like a good fight. They need to disengage this now. Ezreal is gonna get caught out. Fiora is split pushing though, so they are getting stuff for it. He doesn't have anti-heal, so it's impossible to fight the Aatrox. Do not fight Aatrox without anti-heal, it's actually impossible. He does have Ignite if he really needs to. Look for an all-in. Oh, very good assassination on the Pike, dodging the first ability and just hitting everything. Very well played, this is what you need to be looking for too. Okay, he's chasing down the Janna, which he immediately regrets. He's probably dead here. Okay, he might live. No, the Aatrox gonna flash and get him. Yeah, Janna just sitting behind Aatrox and shielding him this entire time is just so powerful. Janna's shield does so much. Like, he gives so much AD, so many stats. And Yone is gonna get caught as well. And this is right before second dragon spawn, so they're gonna lose 2 dragons. Which is usually fine when you're playing Kassadin, but it's gonna make the game a lot more tricky. They're not really using the lead that they've gotten at all. Okay, the Riven picks up the Ezreal. So this is a very close game. I really want to see if he's gonna be able to carry this once he gets his like late game fantasy. Okay, so MF is giving free kills to Kassadin, which is the worst thing you want to be doing. He's gonna waste her exhaust as well. This is unironically the worst thing you want to be doing. Like, even if you're inting like this MF is doing, like she's very far behind, you don't want to be giving those free kills to Kassadin. She's 1 in 8. She's so losing her team the game at the moment. This is a very interesting build too. Mana Mune into Surrealdas. Yeah, it's gonna be up to this Aatrox and Janna to carry this game. Okay, and they pick off another one. I don't think they're able to take down this Aatrox. Okay, they go for the Janna first. Smart. And now he might be able to finish off the Aatrox too. He has the Ignite. But he's so tanky, man. He's still not going down. He's just life-stealing it away. He's level 13 now. Wow. There's one fed Aatrox. So he's not able to take him down. Now this Aatrox is level 13 to the level 11 Ezreal. They do have some anti-heal. I think once Kassadin is able to get his death cap though, he's gonna be able to kill this Aatrox. Okay, here we go. Fiora cleans him up. This is a very chaotic game, by the way, too. Like, you usually don't see games be this chaotic in this high elo. Okay, so he's level 12, and he only needs 400 gold for his death cap. He's about to get his massive power spike. That's what we've been waiting for. Okay, so they're still fighting mid. Oh, Janna's caught out. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard for Janna and Pyke. Like, any squishy champion, like MF2, it's gonna be so hard for them to play against this Kassadin now. He's level 13, he's about to get his death cap. Okay, so he gets the death cap. Now he's gonna get the stasis. This is also what I think is best. Once you do get the death cap, you get those 3 items. Immediately go for the stasis because it's so good in team fights. Just all in, use all your abilities, then stasis when they start to focus you, and then your abilities are up again and you can do another combo. Either get out with your ulti or keep going forward. And their fight is happening. No one actually gets killed. His team is getting a little caught out though. Yone is basing, so they probably don't want to fight this. Oof. Very close fights. No one has gone down. Oh. I think he tricked the Ezreal. He ulted away. And it hit the Ezreal. Ezreal was not ready to dodge that. The enemy's going for Bear and Asher now. Fiora is bot lane. Oof. I don't think they can defend this actually. Oh, they were waiting in the bush to trap the Yone. They are gonna get him. Yeah, I don't know how they're supposed to defend this Baron now. Both Yone and Ezreal down, Fiora bot lane. They're gonna try, but this is gonna be very hard. The enemy team doesn't do it very fast. They don't have like consistent DPS because MF is not going like crit build. So their consistent DPS is low. Yeah, the Baron's still very healthy. He's trying to look for an assassination, but this Riven is making it very hard zoning him out. The Ezreal is TPing. Maybe they can win this fight here. Fiora is chasing. The Baron is at 2k. Oh, good stasis by the Aatrox to waste time, and now he's going to be able to smite it down, probably. Yeah, so the enemy team will get it, but a few of them will go down. Oh, what is that Aatrox damage? Ooh, good flash. Maybe he can get out? No, he's not getting out. The Aatrox is so fast. Wow, is that... it feels like he has Ghost on. He's so fast. Okay, so he's getting his level 13. He's gotten his 3 items. He has his stasis. However, the enemy team is doing very well. Oh, good play by the Yone. So the enemy team does have Baron. It's only on Aatrox and Pyke now because Riven just got caught. So only 2 members have Baron. It's not that bad. There's 25 seconds for the 3rd dragon. And Riven is dead for 29 seconds. So they have a small time window where Riven won't be there in the fight. And this is probably their opportunity to come back into the game. They can lose this 3rd dragon no matter what, or the game will be very hard to win. Like Aatrox with Janna and 3 dragons? Oof. I don't see them winning that game. But now Kassadin is on his power spike. Now he's really going to be doing the damages. He's going to be ulting all over the place. So it's up to him to carry this. Okay, so Riven did buy TP, so he's TPing right away. So it's going to be a 5v5. Yeah, he needs to get in a better position too. Like, he's in a weird position. He wants to be like in a more flanking position. Oh, good ulti by the Yone. There is no follow-up, unfortunately, though. Yeah, he's not able to win this fight because of his positioning, right? He can't fight him head-on. He needs to be from a flanking position, and the enemy team is just not allowing him. Like, the Riven is zoning him out whenever he tries to go, like, to the side. So it seems like they're gonna lose this 3rd dragon. So he's super late game Kassadin, right? This is 16 plus minutes with Kassadin. He's very fed, he's very strong, but the enemies have 3 dragons. It's gonna be really hard to win this. But this is the best Kassadin in the world. He's the #1 Kassadin in China. He's rank 1 in Legendary Queue and the Challenger. So if anyone can do it, it's probably this guy. I want to see what he goes for next. Yeah, probably the Void stuff, right? The enemies have to get some magic resist. And there's a Mauve Malmortius on the Pyke. And like melee champions get a lot of base magic resist anyway. So it's good to get Void stuff this late into the game when everyone's like level 14, level 15. Like they have like 80 magic resist just from base stats. It's so hard to kill this Aatrox. Now he needs to flank and try to go for the Janna first. And leave the Aatrox for last. I think that's their best bet. It's to pick off their teammates one by one. And then kill the Aatrox last. So the unit got caught out. So, this might be GG actually. This might be GG. The Nami's caught. Let's see if they can defend the base 3v5. The enemies don't have super minions yet, right? So this does make it a little easier. But they're definitely going to lose at least an inhib here. Or no, the enemies are gonna back off and go to Baron. So they have no vision, right? So the enemies could be standing in every single bush. So instead of like trying to commit for 2 inhibitors, they get the top inhib. And now they're probably hiding somewhere in the jungle. I doubt they're doing it. Or maybe they're just rushing it right away. You don't know, because you don't have vision. Okay, so they were hiding in a bush, it seems like. Or maybe they reset. Yeah, so the enemies are satisfied with what they got. They reset. That Pyke was a little cut out there. He could have maybe stayed and killed him. But he went back for the Void stuff. So now he's even stronger, right? This is a 4-item Kassadin. He's only getting stronger and stronger. A good repost by the Fiora. She'll probably live because of that. Riven is bot lane. They could look for a 4v5 really fast. But she might have TP. He needs to like go from a flanking position and kill the Janna. That's the key to winning team fights. They're not gonna be able to just kill the Aatrox without killing the Janna first. She's gonna be perma shielding him, healing him with her ultimate. So it's really up to this Janna to make a mistake and make this game winnable. So he's going for the Janna. There's 4 on him. That's a flash. Okay, good ulti by the Yone to save his life. Fiori's gonna be TPing, but it's a losing fight. Oh, and Riven gets caught out. Riven TP'd as well and got caught. This actually gives him chances. Very well played by the Yone in that fight. Kind of saved the Kassadin. The Riven kind of trolled. Okay, the Yone is going back in. Oh, he does die. And now Fiora is low HP too. And these fights are so hard for Kassadin, but he's finding a way to have impact and do damage. They're kiting back with Ezreal and Nami. But 2 members do go down and Elder is about to spawn. They're in another disaster situation. Okay, now he's getting the... He's gonna go for the Morello Nomicon last. He realizes that it's impossible to kill the Aatrox without anti-heal. And he can't risk a situation where like Ezreal is not there to provide the anti-heal, right? He needs to have some too. Okay, so the Gen has actually no mana. Okay, he gets out of the Aatrox combo. Oof. Did a lot of damage to the MF. But they are able to get the Elder Dragon. And the minions are ending top lane. Oof, and Ezreal goes down to the pike. This is gonna be really hard. Oh, he has no mana. He can actually pick off the pike. Maybe the Riven too here. She does a lot of damage with that Elder Dragon, but they're able to kite her out. She will pick off the Nami. But she does go down finally. So the enemy has Elder and only 3 members because they kind of got caught. This is super important, guys. Like, after you get an objective like Elder and Baron, don't immediately lose it. It's not worth trading 1 for 1, right? You're ruining your team's tempo. You're wasting your buff. Oof. The Fjords got caught as well. It's only Yone and Kassadin against the world. It's a late game Kassadin. Oh, look at that. Aatrox damage is actually too high. This might be the game. They might end it right here. If they're able to defend it. Big ulti by the Yone again. This Yone's getting insane ultimates. And they're able to kill both the MF and the Aatrox GA. They're probably going to be able to finish him off. While the enemy had Elder Dragon, the damage coming in from late game Yone and late game Kassadin is insane. And they have the minions pushing bot lane too. You got a free inhibitor for that. They're gonna turn to Baron. Yeah, they're gonna be able to get this Baron Asher and they will have the advantage. A 21-minute Baron Asher gives like hundreds of armor, hundreds of magic resistance, like hundreds of AP and AD. It's like a massive deal. Like, it's game winning. It's really hard to lose once you get this Baron. Oh my god. It's 1k. He gets it with a smite. And this game will be over most likely. He's gonna clean up the fight now with his ulti resets. I don't think either of them are gonna live. Like, the Jan tried to save him, but she's probably gonna get caught too now. He's able to just chase with his ultimate. Oh. Turtle's on 1 HP. And 3 enemies are down. They're not gonna be able to win though. They don't have like any minions. But they do have a super late game Baron Asher, and MF is caught again. Oh, so he's very fast, so he's not going to be able to get her. They're going to look to end the bot. 25 seconds on the Riven. Only MF and Aatrox are up. Ezreal is looking for the TP. So it's going to be a 2v5 with Baron Asher. They're not going to be able to defend. This could be game. The late game Kassadin will carry it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. I would appreciate a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more Wild Rift content.